Hi friends, a very warm welcome back to our channel. I'm Chanda Mama. This is your Chanda Mama bringing you a new story today titled A Family of Pandits, published in the Chanda Mama magazine. So let's move towards the story. In the city of Amravati, there was a poor family consisting of a Brahman, his wife, and their son and daughter-in-law. All the four were Pandits and poets. So the people used to call them the Pandit family. The pangs of poverty are hard to bear. Having heard that King Bhoja was inclined to help Pandits and poets, the Pandit family undertook a journey to the city of Dhara, now known as Ujjain. As they came in sight of their destination, they met an old Brahman with a heavy bundle on his shoulder coming towards them from the city. Where are you all going to? The old Brahman asked the elder Pandit, the head of the family. We are going to see the King Bhoja, who is well versed in all the Vedas and the Puranas, replied the elder Pandit. You say the king is well versed, but I doubt if he knows how to read at all. If he could read the curse of poverty that fate has inscribed on my forehead, would have given me so much wealth. Having thus complimented the great charity of King Bhoja, the old man departed. The Pandit family was glad to see this proof of the king's philanthropy. Evidently, he did not look down on the poor. Before any outsiders entered the city, they had to obtain permission from the court. So the Pandit family had made their camp under a spreading banyan tree just outside the city walls and sent a word to the king. After some time, a messenger came to see them. He carried a tumbler filled to the brim with milk and offered it to the elder Brahman as a gift from the king to the Pandit family. Through this gift, the king meant to convey the newcomers that the city was already full of Pandits and there was no room for any more. The elder Brahman understood this. He added some sugar to the milk and told the messenger that take it back to the king. The Brahman wanted to convey to the king that the newcomers would mix with the Pandits of the city as sugar mixed with milk. Also, they could add new sweetness. The king understood the Brahman and was very glad. The king decided to test the Pandit family some more. He dressed himself like an ordinary citizen and reached the banyan tree about the time of sunset. He saw only ladies there. He went to the river expecting the males to be there, but they were not to be there at the evening prayers. However, he only saw the Brahman's son at the river. The king looked at him questioningly and taking some water in his hands, drank it. In doing so, the king was asking the young Brahman, are you not the same caste as the great Brahman Agastya who drank down all the oceans at one gulp? The young Brahman understood this silent question and asked in return another by throwing a stone into the water. His question was, are you not a Kshatriya like Sri Rama who bridged the ocean by throwing stones in it? King Bhoja was very much pleased at this and went home. He was still anxious the poetic gifts the family possessed. So he dressed himself as a woodcutter, took a bundle of firewood upon his head and came out of the city gates as they were about to be closed. He approached the Pandit family resting under the banyan tree and said to the elder Brahman, Sir, I carried too long in the forest. Now the city gates are closed. Let me spend the night here. I shall go away in the morning. The elder Brahman agreed, saying, You're welcome. This place is nobody's property. All of them could not go to the sleep for fear of thieves. So the family decided to keep awake by turns while the rest slept. The first one to keep watch was the elder Brahman. During his watch, the king spoke out where he lay. In this happy world, three things are deemed pleasant. And the elder Brahman replied, life in Kasi, serving the good, and taking the name of God. After a time, the elder Brahman woke up his wife and went to sleep. During her watch, the king said where he lay, in this happy world, two things are deemed pleasant. The Brahman's wife replied, the sweet meat made of sugar and the holy feet of God. Presently, the son took over the watch from his mother, and the king said, where he lay, "In this unhappy world, pleasant is the wife's birthplace." The young Brahman replied, "Shiva lives on Slow Hill, Vishnu on the ocean of milk." Lord Shiva's wife was the daughter of King of Himalaya, and Lakshmi, the wife of Vishnu, was born out of the Milky Ocean. Both Shiva and Vishnu have made their wives' birthplaces their residence. During the last watch, the dawn, when the daughter-in-law was awake, the king said where he lay, "In this unhappy world, woman is the only pressure." The young girl shrewdly guessed that the woodcutter was none other than the king Bhoja, and replied, "She who gave birth to one like you, O King Bhoja." The king at once got up and went home in the dark. Early next morning, the family had an invitation from the king. He honored each one of them in his very best manner and gave them all permanent employment in his court. So this was the story titled The Family of Pandits, published in the Chandamama magazine. Till I come back with a new video and a new story, till then stay safe and take care. This is your Chandamama signing off.